Episode 3. False Teaching. Grace replaced obedience to God. If grace replaced obedience, why did Jesus say, "Only he who does the will of my Father will enter the kingdom"? The deception that obedience is optional under grace is destroying souls by the millions. False teaching statement. Today's false gospel boldly proclaims, since you're under grace, God doesn't require obedience anymore. Your salvation is secured no matter how you live. This is one of Satan's greatest lies, and it is leading many down the wide path to destruction while they shout, "Grace, grace." Scripture. Refutation. Titus 2:11-12 KJV. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men, teaching us that, denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. Grace teaches obedience. Grace demands transformation. Matthew 7:21 KJV. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Saying, Lord, Lord, is not enough. Only doing the will of the Father proves you are truly his. Simple illustration. Imagine a king frees a prisoner from death. Would that prisoner now be free to break every law in the kingdom? Never. Gratitude demands loyalty. Love demands obedience. Honor demands submission to the king's authority. Likewise, salvation by grace demands obedience, not rebellion. Spiritual reality. True biblical grace is not a free pass to ignore God's commandments. It is power from heaven to obey them in love and gratitude. Romans 1:5 KJV. By whom we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations for his name. Grace leads directly to obedience of faith, not lawlessness. Any so-called grace that does not produce obedience is false grace, and it will not save. A warning from Jesus himself. Matthew 7:22-23 KJV. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Notice, they believed, they ministered, they professed faith, but they lived in iniquity, lawlessness, and were cast away. Grace without obedience is self-deception. Challenge to pastors, priests, imams, skeptics. Show me one verse where Jesus says grace replaces the need for doing God's will. Show me one apostle who taught that obedience was optional under grace. You cannot. Instead, the entire Bible cries out, faith without works is dead. James 2:17. The doers of the law shall be justified. Romans 2:13. Blessed are they that do his commandments. Revelation 22:14. Faith and obedience are the wings on which true grace flies. Remove either, and the soul crashes into ruin. Conclusion of expanded episode 3. Grace is not the replacement of obedience. Grace is the empowerment of obedience. Grace strengthens the weak to stand. Grace cleanses the guilty to walk in righteousness. Grace teaches the foolish to live in wisdom. Those who teach that grace removed the need for obedience are preparing their flocks for hellfire, not heaven. If grace replaced obedience, why does Jesus say only the obedient enter the kingdom? Pastors, priests, imams, skeptics, you must answer this before it's too late.